Alright, so today we've got a double whammy. That's right, we're looking at the Meepo V5 and the Meepo V5 Mini. Both boards look really well made and deliver some okay specs, but what board is right for you? Now, we're not going to do both boards in the one video. This is like a choose your adventure style video. We're going to post two separate videos. This video is for the Meepo V5. And if you want to see the other one, click the link up here or here and that'll take you to the other video.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?
Before we start though, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Scott Davies. I love reviewing PEVs, personal electric vehicles. We also do some holiday vlogs. We have the Vegas vlog coming up very soon in March. So if you like that sort of thing, hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help out the algorithm and keeps me on track and tells me what I'm doing is still relevant and fresh. Oh, I forgot to mention, also in this video, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for my Patreon supporters. So if you are a Patreon supporter, watch this space. You could be winning something very, very cool very soon. And so this is the Meepo V5. What's so special about this board? Well, I think it's going to be its price point. I'm not 100% sure on it yet, but just looking at it and after riding it, this is not a high performance or a high spec board. This is a well-made beginner, intermediate or entry-level electric skateboard. They've done some choices on this which will make it very affordable, but it's still well made, and I think it's going to have quite a nice, I don't know, place in the East Skate arena for newcomers, beginners, people who don't want to spend a whole lot of money to try out the sport. The first thing we have to address is the handle, the throwback to, I think it was the V3. It's such a nice touch. Some people hate it, some people love it. I'm sort of 50-50, I'm Switzerland, I'm in the middle. One thing I am happy about, they've balanced it. So they haven't put it in the center of the deck, they've put it towards the rear there, so when you pick it up, the board carries straight or true. Now, carrying on from the handle, let's talk more about the deck. Now, it's reasonably short, 38 inches. It's 11 inches from tip to tip of the wheels. It's a maple deck. It's got a nice little bit of shallow concave. There's no drop on this. It does have a nose and tail guard, which is a really nice touch. That's one thing I'll talk about on the V5 Mini. I wish it had the nose guard on the V5 Mini. It doesn't. Now, as far as flex, it actually has a little bit. That's because of that handle in the middle. Now, I'm always cautious when there's handles, but this one, as you can see, has a nice amount of flex to it. It does say this has a weight rating of 330 pounds. I wouldn't trust 330 pounds on a board with a handle. I just think it adds a weakness, and yeah, you want to be careful. Right, now let's talk about the trucks on the V5. They are a reverse kingpin, RKP, with a 45-degree base plate. Pretty stock standard, nothing special really to talk about there. It seems to have a nice carve on it. It is running some pretty soft bushings. They're 92A. I think I would actually prefer a 95A in both of these boards, but it is what it is. Easy swap out. Now the wheels are something new. They're very boosted-esque. They're calling them Century. They're 78A with a 60mm contact patch. And it looks like, I think, I'll have to double check this, it looks like it's got a Kegel core. Very, very interesting for a 90mm wheel, 78A Kegel core, Meepo branded wheels. At the rear, they're rocking the same brand. These are 83A. They're still the Century brand. And as you can see there, they've got this nice motor cover here, tacked on with 5 hex or Allen key bolts. Now, obviously hubs are not that smooth. We can't pretend they are. People who say a hub board is silky smooth, well, they either don't know what they're talking about or they're lying. This one is not silky smooth, but it's a hub board. So you should know what you're getting yourself in for. Now the motors at the rear are 500 watts each, so they deliver good power. It's nothing breakneck, but again, this is a budget or a low cost board. They say it will do 28 miles per hour. I believe that. It's got the Lingy 24H ESC in it. So again, this is the new generation of Lingy-esques. Very, very smooth, not jerky. Feels very, very much like a hobby wing from 12 months ago. About the battery configuration. It's a TYNEE 2P, 4 amp hour. Oh, those bumps are terrible. TYNEE 2P, 4 amp hour battery. So it's a very small battery by today's standards. One of the opportunities, one of the things I really hope they offer on this board, because it is a nice electric skateboard, I really hope they will offer an ER model, to use their terminology, with a bigger battery and even a slightly more powerful ESC. Let's wrap the video there and talk about my 2 favorite things and a couple of things I think they could probably improve on. All right, so the V5 is, let's be honest, it's a entry-level, beginner, cost-affordable electric skateboard. So you need to take that into account when you judge it. This is a good electric skateboard. This fills a gap for someone who wants to get into the sport but doesn't want to spend a whole heap of money. You've got a nice, reliable Lingy 24H ESC. You've got reasonably nice wheels. They're hubs, so they are noisy. They're a little bit jarry, but they still do a good job. It definitely gets up to a good speed of over 25 miles per hour. Has a nice balanced handle, decent trucks, 45-degree base plate. The cells are a no brand cell, but that's how they keep that cost down. The battery is a little bit small, but that's one of the opportunities. I'd love to see them bring this out as an ER or an XL model. I think the V5 with a bigger battery would be a really good seller for an intermediate or a commuter board. So now, what are the 2 things I really love about it? And I haven't spoken about it yet on the video. I love the aesthetics. I love how it looks. They've done a really nice job with the grays, the blacks, the natural woods, the nice pop of orange of the logo, and then these really nice redesigned enclosures. They could have easily just slapped on their previous enclosures and there would have been no additional cost. They wouldn't have had to have created new molds, but they've done it anyway. And they look really nice. They're lowish profile. I think you could definitely fit a bigger battery in there. I haven't opened it up, but I've got a feeling there is room for a bigger battery, and they just look nice. The heat sinks are in a really different spot as well. Now, functionally, I'm not sure how that will work, having the heat sinks at the rear of the board. I think it would make more sense having it at the front, but it's not hot. I've been riding this practically non-stop, except for a coffee break, and it's not hot at all. I can hold my fingers on there, so they're doing a good job. So what would I like to see improve? Well, I've already talked about it. I'd love to see an ER model. I think this definitely has a place, being a budget board. Get into the sport, you're not sure if you're gonna like it, great price point, low specs, awesome. I think an ER model would be very, very well received. The other thing, I honestly believe they need to get rid of the 92A bush ends on this and on the Mini V5. They're just too squirrely. If you're designing this for an entry level or a beginner or someone who's never ridden, and they jump on this and they're silly enough to go straight up to 25 miles an hour, they are going to fall off, I guarantee it. I got a massive speed wobble at about 20. Luckily I knew how to control it, took all the weight off my rear foot, leaned forward, didn't touch the remote control, and I rode it out without a problem, touch wood. but a beginner is not going to know those skills, and there's going to be a lot of sore hands and ripped up knees if we don't get a harder pushing in there. Now before we finish, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to do a lucky draw for my Patreon supporters. So I've got this smart-ish watch I ordered online for myself, and for some reason they sent me 2. So I've got all of them here. You would see their name regularly come up on the screen. I'm gonna do a draw right now, and whoever wins, I'm gonna ship the watch to them somewhere in the world. So here we go. No cuts. I'm not gonna see the winner until I turn it around. And it is, drum roll. I should put the sound effect in. Eastgate, okay, so it's going to New Zealand. So this guy, he actually owns an Eastgate shop in Christchurch, New Zealand. He stocks some really cool boards. I'll put the link on the screen right here so you can check out his website. Mate, you've got a smart-ish, I call it a smart-ish watch because it's not an Apple Watch, but it gets notifications and stuff. You've got a smart-ish watch coming your way in the post next week. Alright, but that's the end, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up. It really does help out the algorithm and tells me you've enjoyed this particular video. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And don't forget, we're doing the V5 Mini at the exact same time. So I'm gonna go get that right now. And if you want to see that video, click on the link up here, I think it is. It's up here or there, I'm not sure. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?